Alright, welcome to my channel. So the first thing that you need to know before you start watching my videos is the purpose of this channel is for education and entertainment. Mostly education with some entertainment, and mostly for my students really. It's an opportunity for me to showcase my algorithm and for my students to see it working and me to be able to talk about the trades and why I'm taking the trades and things like that. This is not a channel where I'll be showing you that I'm making millions of dollars. So family rules, you won't be seeing that. Some traders out there want to put their stuff out. I don't even know why they do that. Like on social media in a public sphere, hey, look at me, I made 20,000 today, 50,000 today, all that stuff. That will not happen on this channel. The most you'll see me making here is anywhere from 50 bucks to $1,000 in a day would be the most once we get to that level of scaling. And then I'll reset and we'll be looking at 50 bucks and we'll be scaling back to, a thousand a day or so. And we'll just keep resetting that scaling. But family rules will not be showing you on this my social media that I'm making tons of money. Second thing is I'm trading with Thinkorswim. That's my platform that you see here on the screen. So you got my two windows on futures trading. Same thing. It'll be Thinkorswim. So you'll see that I trade futures and the equities market with these videos. I trade based off of my algorithm, the simple switch algorithm, and it's got different settings. Same algo, but different settings for futures market, for equities market, and different types of trading. It's got different settings for it. So I'll be trading off that. Links below if you're interested in learning more about the algo. All the education over there is free, as well as the trading log that you'll see. You can get the link below, which will give you that log, so you can go over there and explore all that stuff. So when you're looking at my screen, okay, and when you're looking at my screen, you'll see these the chart markups, and you'll see yellow. Wherever I put yellow is an entry. So when it's yellow like this, it's the algo ideal entry. And then you may see a yellow like this, and that is where I actually got in, and it'll be touching the candle that I got in on. And then the location. Red are my stops, green are my targets. And then if you want to learn how the algo works so you can better understand what I'm doing when I'm doing my trades, over at the link below, you can go over there and learn all about the algo. It's completely free for that whole education. It's free to learn about my trading plan, my strategy, everything that I teach about trading is free over there. Only thing that costs money is if you decided to buy the algo, then that would cost money. But you can apply a lot of the stuff that I teach over there, including my strategy and trading plan, to your own strategies and help maybe improve your game. So all that is definitely free. I don't charge for any of that education. Only the algo if that's something you decided to add to your list. So then sometimes you'll see on here me doing experiments, which I'm going to try to do another one later on this year when I get a little more time. But I love to do trading experiments. We blow up accounts, but we do it in the purpose of education, showing you that certain trading techniques or strategies sometimes just don't work. And we play with some different concepts and blow up accounts, real accounts, small accounts, but still real accounts. And you'll also see some small accounts as well, like when we do offshore brokers and things like that. So, and then of course, educational videos I'll be putting out as well. So there's a lot of different content here. So if you can give me the like, hit the like button, that would help me a lot with the YouTube. And if you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you can be notified whenever I upload new content. And the last thing, but probably the most important thing, is trading is very risky. Do not place a trade based on what you see here or whatever I say. I'm not telling you what to do. If it sounds like I'm telling you what to do, it's me just thinking out loud. And most traders will lose all of their money. I am strictly speculating. I do not have a crystal ball. So, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. So please do not take financial advice from me. This is strictly to talk about how I trade, to teach about how I do things, and for your entertainment. All right, so now the legal stuff is out of the way. Let's get into today's trades. All right, good morning, everybody. It is June 9th, Wednesday. So I didn't think I was going to be able to trade today, but changed the plans last minute. So I am going to be able to trade. So here we are in the futures market. We are using the scalper algorithm right now. And we do have a trade setting up here with the New Zealand dollar futures. So we're going to go ahead and short this green candle when it closes here in about 1 minute. If it's not too late. All right, so we shorted this. We're in a little late. We need to be in here, but we're looking for a half retracement of this candle right now. All right, popping over to the day trading charts here for a second. Looks like we might have some day trade setups happening here. QCOM is thinking about it. CVS is thinking about it. Okay, CVS 85.77, 85.58. Man, he's really small moves now in CVS. So we're about 700 shares again. Yeah, like 21 cents. So 715 shares, what we should have. All right, it's in QCOM over here, 134.97, 134.58. So about 40 cents, roughly 375 shares. Okay, we got about a minute and a half before these candles close. Oh, that one looks like he's changing his mind. All right, 30 seconds. We'll try to jump in both of these. If this one confirms, a little extended on the permission, but we're good. If not, I'll speed bump it. QCOM got a tower candle kicking here, but we'll speed bump it as well if we need to. 5, 4, 3, 2. And no trade on CVS. All right, so we're just in QCOM. All right, well, QCOM almost hit its target, so now we're going to go put our stuff into break even at least. Break even plus a couple bucks. Got a little bit of a spread. 27 to 33. Yeah. All right, so if we get stopped out for only a few dollars, and that's what happens. It almost hit its target, and the rules are put that stop in there. CVS is going to be a trade here in about 45 seconds. Yep, look at QCOM. You're going to stop me out for a few dollars instead of 150. Okay, 10 seconds. We're going to get into CVS. All right, so didn't have the buying power to hold both of these with the share size that I was trying to hold them with. Plus the swing trades that we're in. All right, so that backed up and we got out plus, just a few dollar trade. Or at least it's green, I guess. So now we're in CVS. All right, let's mark CVS up. I could get my share size now in CVS if it backs up some more. We'll go ahead and add to our position. So yeah, QCOM may roll over and crash and could be a huge winner that I missed out on, but the rules are the rules for a reason. So I need to stick with those rules and take that little bit of profit, and then whatever happens. It's for somebody else. My trade is over. It's somebody else's chance to make money on this today. I only trade these once a day, unless it's like the APPS that I trade only on the normal simple switch or mostly on the normal simple switch, or NUG. If they have more than one setup in a day, then I'll take it as long as it's on the simple switch strategy or trading setup. All right, so here are CVS. I can go ahead and add to my position in CVS, 300 shares. Short. I'll let it back up a little more here. Actually, I'll trail it and then let's see here if I get a chance. 54. So rather than just jumping into adding my position, I'll trail it just in case this keeps going up. Then we can, possibly get a much better entry. Okay, so now we just added our position in CVS as it backed up. So we got a little better average, I think, 58 or 85.52. So tiny bit better average than our normal entry. And then we have room for another 115 shares, but we'll put our 600 here for now. So QCOM, I'm going to start a new trade on when this candle closes for the switchback. So we got about a minute left, and we're going to jump back into QCOM. So we're at 134.10 basically. So about 50 cents is where we're at. So we'll go with 300 shares for the 150 risk reward. If this will close switched. And then CVS, we're going to go ahead and get our last 115 shares. 58. Wait for it to go up a little more. All right, we'll put it in here, 57. Okay, so we're all in on CVS now, so 715. Yep, there goes QCOM, tanky. All good. That spike messed us up. Okay, I just realized I didn't have my stop in for CVS. Maybe that's a good thing. But we need to speed bump this thing. So I'm just going to hit reverse my trade here in just a second. Maybe we got lucky not having a stop in. I'll take luck. So for now, just because of the way that candle did that, I'm going to go ahead and put my stop above that candle. All right, we know QCOM could have been a good winner, but for somebody else. JD, this was the candle we were on. It looked like it was switching, but then it didn't. It came back up, and now we're at where we're at. So we still have JD on deck, though. Might be jumping in it. If I had speed bumped it here, not very far to go to recover my full trade, you know? So I kind of messed that up a little bit by not having that stop in originally and then letting that candle influence me to put my stop above here. Okay, so he speed bumped CVS. So now we're into the long side, and it'll roll over and be a loser. All right, so we got in 85, 86. Right at the top of that candle. What? 85? Oh, 96. So tempted to add to my position here in CVS. 85.68. 10 cents. 200 shares. Another 20. All right, so now we have 915 shares. So the way this is looking to me right now, like right now I could get out here and call it, you know, reduce my losses quite a bit and be good to go. Put me down around the $150 loss range, 160, which is, you know, a single trade gets that right back. But I do believe this is going to at least challenge high of day the way this is looking. If not high of day, make a new high and potentially have a nice little run. So I'm going to go ahead and hang out and be a little patient with this one and see what it does. Just because it's common for a draw to high of day when it has a move like this. So we're going to go ahead and wait for that that move. All right, so sell on JD. We're a little late on JD, unfortunately. And then let's see, what did it, 74. So about 40 cents. So yeah, so we're okay. We're a little bit light on share size with JD, and we're in a little bit late, so we might be able to add to our position if this backs up. And CVS looks like it's going to push through this this target right here that I was expecting, which is nice because that gets us green on CVS. So we're going to move our stop up to there now. 10. So we're long. So we're looking to get out. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in at 7. If it backs up and gets me out, then all good. At least it's not a huge red trade. And then JD, hopefully we can be a winner for us. So speed bump is definitely for my strategy. Okay, cool. So $42. What was that? I'm pretty sure that, man. Oh, well, I guess when you have 1,000 shares almost. All right, well, whatever. $42 loss there, and then JD. So, but either way, it's not a $300 loss or $250, whatever it was. So speed bumping definitely reduced my loss nicely there. So my win can be can pay for that loss and then some. And then JD hopefully will give us a nice winner here. I'll tell you, it's very tempting to get back into CVS because I want it to be green. But I don't know that it's going to continue going up. I mean, it broke high of day, so chances are it could start going back up. But sometimes this little breach just is like a fake out breakout kind of thing, and then you lose all your money. So I'm not going to get back in on it just yet. If this candle retraces this green candle almost fully, there's another strategy that I have that I may use to jump back in this. But if it does that, then I'll show it to you. But we'll see if that happens. All right, APPS is setting up for a short, so we'll play with this and not CVS. I'll keep an eye on CVS on my other monitor, though. If that does that proper setup happens, then maybe I'll jump in and trade it. APPS, come on, you know you want to break down here. 73.64, 72.96, I think is what we're going to be looking at. We'll see. This is on the simple switch strategy, so you know we have our switch to the short side from green to red, and we have our permission here. So 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that. 1 second later. Did we get in up here? Yeah, we did. Okay, good. We got that fill up there. No, we didn't. We got filled at 60. So literally, we got filled. Where did we get filled? A little bit, 5 cents lower than this. So I guess that's pretty good. We didn't get filled way down here. Spread's a little tighter today on APPS than usual. So we'll see what that does. So we got about a 30-cent risk on JD, 32 cents. So we should be looking at 500 shares of JD. We only have 300 right now to do the $150 risk reward. So we're going to go ahead and queue up 200. And if it pulls up in here a little bit more, then we'll get that extra 200 shares and we'll have our full size. Okay, here's that futures trade that we were in. So we hit our target. We backed up now. I'm going to go ahead and just flatten this trade and pop out of it because anything can happen from here. So we're going to do that. And then, yeah, I'm going to go flat. All right, so we're out with 20 bucks on that futures trade. So pretty sweet on the scalper. Yes, this is a good chance it can come down here and hit this target, but I'm going to be out and then focus on my day trade. All right, looks like we're going to have to speed bump APPS, and I'm going to go ahead and add my 200 shares to JD. So I'm going to go ahead and short that now that we're back above this area. So we get a better cost average here. So now we should have 500 shares. Yep. Close that. Make it break high of day. Okay, so we're going to go over here and we're speed bumped in APPS right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put my new stop in. Highly recommend, traders, that as you're trading, you put stuff in your log as it's happening. Because when you get a day where you have a whole bunch of trades, speed bumping, adding to your positions, all different stuff, it can be, after, and especially if you're on a losing day, you're like, man, I don't even want to do that. I don't care. Like, you're all pissed off. It's hard to get stuff into your log, and that log is going to help you later on. So definitely try to add it to your log as it happens. Just moving JD to a speed bump, so put 1,000 shares in there so we could speed bump it, break high of day. Okay, looks like APPS is going to get stopped out. I wasn't going to speed bump this, but from a technical side, you can see the channel that it's in. So this might actually be a good speed bump. We'll see how it breaks through here. Problem is, it also could be starting to form consolidation here. That's why the break will determine whether or not I trade this again. But it's a second setup on the short side from an algo perspective. That's why I would get into it again, but only if it breaks it strong. So I'm tempted right now on CVS to go ahead and add to my position. So close to risk. I might do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I don't have buying power. All right, we'll just hang out. So right now to me, it looks like APPS is building that energy for a nice breakout, and JD is building that energy for a nice breakdown. So these two trades are starting to shape up to look like they're going to be pretty big winners. All right, stepped out, came back in. JD hit the target, and we're going to move our stop now, take away the speed bump. We have 500 shares. Move our stop to break even plus a couple bucks for now, and then we'll see if we can capitalize on this trade. JD likes to give away 2R, and right now we're getting ready to break. We break through this target. We could be really pushing to test low of day. So it looks like we may get a 2R out of JD, and APPS still looks like it's building energy for a breakout. So hopefully we can have a full recovery here, and JD, hopefully we can have a nice 2R win, and we can have a nice green day at the end. Okay, so JD's looking good. So when this red candle here closes in a couple minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put my stop at the target and then lock in that target. So at least we got our 1R, and then I'll give this a chance to run down to this next level here, which is very likely. I believe it will definitely break low of day, and then it may rebound from there, but highly confident that it's going to get here based on this nice tower candle that I think it's going to get attracted to the bottom here. So. But either way, we'll put our stop in for our 1R just to make sure, because, just because I want it to go there doesn't mean it's gonna. So yeah, so we'll at least lock that in. I'll do it right now. Down to 1R. Spreads a penny. All right, cool. Okay, so here we are with JD giving us that 2R that it likes to give us. So 72.5 But I don't know that it's going to give me more. So I'm going to go ahead and not be greedy. And start trailing this. 70. All right, so 2 pennies. If we miss it by 2 pennies because it backs up, I'm happy with that. All right, sweet. So we're out with JD. So we're looking at 150 risk reward. Got 300 out of it. Pretty awesome. So we'll put that in the log. And then APPS, like I said, looks like it's building energy for a breakout. I know a lot of you are like, no, there's a wedge. It's going to break down. But we'll see what I see what ends up happening. So looking at JD, yes, can it still keep on going down? Yep, it can go down a lot. But that's for somebody else to make money on it. I'm not going to get back in looking to make more money on this ticker. I'll look for my other tickers to set up. I got my piece. I played, I played my game, and that's it. It's you gotta know when to step aside and let somebody else do their thing and make their money and not even worry about it. Because again, looking at the log, doing what I'm doing right now makes me a lot of money at the end of the year. So I don't need to get back in and chase this because I know I'm gonna make a ton of money this year. So I don't have to get back in and chase this one ticker when I got a bunch of other tickers that are going to set up with the strategy, with a statistical proven probability of success, and I'm going to make money. Okay, new candle opening with APPS. So we're going to go ahead and put a stop in now. We'll take a small red day on this day if this wants to come back and break this. I'm fine with taking a red day. If it breaks the algo for the short side, then we'll go ahead and bounce out of this trade, and we'll have a red day. But it won't be a big red day. Thank you, JD, for keeping us somewhat in the green zone. So how many of you watching this right now want to jump into JD short? You're like, short JD again, short it. It's breaking, not pre-market low, but it's on its way there. Short JD again. It's breaking down from this little flag. See what happens. See what happens. I'm not shorting it. Algo didn't tell me to short it. I'm not shorting it, but we'll see what happens. All right, everybody. So this is approaching the high of day area. So definitely getting some resistance. We even had some resistance showing up here right now. If we break through this resistance, it could be a nice little move up. But I'm just looking to capture 74.10 as my main goal. And then, yeah, everything after that will be bonus. So I'm glad I was able to be patient and stave off the emotions when it was coming down. Be like, just get out and have a small red day, get out. But I was like, nope, I need a reason to get out. I need the market to tell me to get out. So if the algo switched to the short side, well, then it's probably not a long trade anymore. So I have a reason to get out. So I need a reason to get out other than just my emotions. So that's why we're still in it. And right now we're really close to this target, though. So if this comes back down now, I may get out based on the statistical probability that if this fails, it'll probably continue to fail. So we're going to move that back up to the algo line. I could jump out right now. It would be a good trade. But I do believe we're going to see a push through here. So I'm going to stay in just based on this constant activity here and trading the same ticker all the time and knowing how it likes to behave. I do feel like we've still got a little more to go before this thing starts to fail, if it's going to fail. All right, APPS is looking to try to breach this now. So if it can breach this with some explosion, this can be pretty epic move to the upside. But we'll see if it just crawls through here or if it's going to totally boost through. It'll be a boost. I don't know what this candle pattern is showing up here. I don't see a boost happening. We're probably going to see another red candle, some consolidation, and then maybe a move higher later. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're about to break the 74.10 level here, which will be pretty sweet. This thing really could get moving if it breaks it strong. So like I said, we got red, we got a little consolidation, and looks like we're going to move up here nicely. So hopefully it breaks it strong. Let's go, 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 go. How many of you would have shorted JD when it broke that level right there when I asked? Right? See, that's why I trade off an algorithm rather than all this other technical stuff. It's just so much easier for me to have the computer tell me what to do. Come on, APPS. Boost strong through there. So we got 15 seconds left for this candle to close. Man, if this doesn't get through here, this could be sideways to down. Come on. 5 seconds. All right, so now I am tempted to move my stop up to here so I can have a nice green day. It basically hit this target, which is all I can expect with the algo. I can't expect it to do more than that. Statistically, I know there's a high probability that it will hit these levels, these targets, but once it hits those targets, I don't really know what's going to happen after. So it's hit that target. I'm looking for it to break through that target, but I don't know that it's going to continue upward. And if I sit here hoping and wanting and wishing, then I might end up with a red trade. Or I'm going to have a red trade anyway, but a red day. You can see the high of day area has been major resistance. So we got this consolidation I talked about taking place. And then the question is, does it go up or does it go down? But, we hit this target. So the purpose of a speed bump is to recover, some of the loss, not necessarily all of the loss. So we're way into that recovery, which is great. So speed bump is very successful right now. And even if it pulls back, we'll get a bigger loss here, but it will still be way smaller than what we were going to have. So having smaller losses and bigger winners is the goal, so that at the end of the year we're making a lot more money. But maybe we'll get lucky and this thing will break out and boost. But we'll see what happens. It's 1 o'clock coming up, so the market may slow down a little bit. We may allow this thing to drift higher if the volume starts to dry up. We'll see. All right, so there we are. We're out of APPS. So, take what the market gives me. It hit that target. I didn't get out at that target, which would have been probably the smart thing to do. And then, but either way, we reduced our loss big time. We're risk rewarding 150. And, we end up with $93 loss. So a single, one win tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week. I won't be here tomorrow or Friday for sure. But one win next week gets that right back on track and then some. So pretty sweet. All right, let's put that on the log. Okay, so that's going to do it for me today. So that traded pretty much everything in the portfolio except for NUG. So that's pretty sweet. Unfortunately, we didn't have a bigger green day. So JD, here we are. We got our switch back as we trade this one. No permission. We don't care about that. And we had our breakdown, was patient for that two level breakdown that it normally gives us. And right here, it looked like, sucked in probably a bunch of shorts. We'll see what it does here. But I wonder how many people that are watching this video would have shorted it when I showed it to you, because it looked like a breakdown. And then this is happening, and then who knows, at the end of the day, maybe it boots higher, maybe it goes lower. Are you still holding if you shorted this? Like, what's going on in your brain right now? All right, so that was JD. Nice little winner there in JD. QCOM, so we got our QCOM. We got in this one, I think, a little bit late, but all good. QCOM, we got that breakdown. Man, look at that spike right there. That totally wrecked everything, right? Because this next candle over would have been sweet. But we got a little winner on QCOM. Unfortunately, it wasn't a full win, or this day would have been a lot nicer. Man, I hate it when that happens occasionally. All right. Then we got CVS. So CVS, we speed bump CVS. Got in short here based on a simple switch day trading strategy, and immediately failed, which is great. I like it when it happens immediately. And then we were able to speed bump this thing and recover our losses. So speed bumping it, and then NUG, no trade right here. We only traded to the long side based on a simple switch strategy. Has to have the switch and permission, and we don't got that, so no trade. And then the last one was APPS. So right there, look at that sell-off. So it hit the target. That's all I can ask for. And then I knew that if it broke this, it could continue, and I don't want to get back my profits. Now, if you're a technical trader and you're looking at this, maybe it's just coming back to the channel line, if you will, and then the trend line, and it's gonna continue back up. So who knows? I won't be in it. I'm done. I trade on the algorithm. I don't trade on technicals. Although if I'm in an algo trade, I do look at technicals to help. Sometimes when I'm nervous, I'll look at the technicals and be like, oh, it is on a trend line. It is that. Everything is good. Don't worry about it. So sometimes when I'm feeling emotional, I'll look to justify my direction of choice, and usually you can look at technicals and justify whatever it is you want to justify. You want to justify it's going up? Look at technicals. You can find an argument. If you want to justify it's going down, look at the technicals. You can find an argument. So that's how I do it with those. But anyway, so one thing to ask, I want to ask you all is, do you trade different tickers every day, or do you trade the same ticker every day? Because when I trade the same ticker every day, it allows me to have a better relationship with that ticker and kind of get an idea of, how it likes to move, what makes it tick, and all that. So I can make better decisions when I'm placing those trades. But if it's a different ticker every day, I don't really know what's normal for that ticker and what it likes. And it's hard to pick up the subtleness of what's going on with it. So once I've traded the same ticker for a really long time, you start to pick up all these little things. That's why I had the confidence to be patient in JD and wait for my 2R win on it. And I knew I needed to get out at that 2R, right? I didn't wait for more. Like all that kind of stuff I know because I see these same things happening every day. So it makes it a lot easier. But anyway, do you trade the same tickers or do you trade a different ticker every day? And if you trade the same ticker, then you're not probably investing over $2,000 a year in a scanner. So that's pretty big cost savings, especially if you're a new trader and you're just making small money, making $50 or $100 a trade. $2,200 a year is a lot of money. So trading the same ticker, I don't have to worry about that. My algo just allows me to trade the same stuff every day. So all right, everybody, I'm going to share the log and then we'll shut it down for the day. We'll be back next week. Okay, so here we are on today. So we had some wins and losses. CVSB bumped it, recovered a bunch, not all of it. We should have had all of that on CVS in that recovery, but it is what it is. And then APPS, we had our loss, and I recovered a good chunk of that. So we still have a little bit of a loss over there on APPS, all good. But that gives me a green day of $130. So when we come over to dashboard, now we're $130 more on this week. So this week's turned out to be a pretty good week overall. And we're almost at $2,000 on the month. And then we go over to the scaling ladder. And we're, I think, another bar in the zone now. So we're looking pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So we're halfway there, halfway to 500. So that's probably about 8 trades with some losers to get there. So maybe next week we can be moving into the 500 range at the end of the week. All right, buddy. See you Monday.